have a special guest. We're bringing Dr. Johnson, a veterinarian. How you doing, Dr. Johnson?
I'm doing well.
All right, well, welcome to the show. So we're going to talk about coronavirus and pets, right? So
yes.
I know, well, let me just introduce you a little bit. So Dr. Johnson, Dr. Robyn Johnson's graduate of College of Veterinary Medicine from Michigan State University. She's been practicing for 18 years. And currently she's an emergency care veterinarian in Maryland. Is that right?
That's correct.
Awesome. We definitely appreciate you coming out. So, of course, we have this story going out about this Bronx Zoo tiger that tested positive for coronavirus. So, a lot of people have been really scared about that. What does this mean? So, we have one really, really important question. And that one is, how in the hell did this tiger get a coronavirus test? Yeah?
So the tiger, actually it was a tiger and a couple of other big cats that were showing some upper respiratory symptoms, and it was discovered that their zookeeper was positive for the coronavirus. So in order to test the cats, they would need to be sedated because, they're not going to voluntarily open their mouth and say, so they just test one of the cats who was showing the most symptoms, and they test out to a veterinary lab, actually 3 different veterinary labs, Cornell, the University of Illinois, and one other lab I can't remember right now, but they were done at a veterinary lab in which they tested and sequenced the Corona-19 virus. Right now, the question is, one, cats have a coronavirus. They are very susceptible to coronavirus. They have their own coronavirus, and it can present as upper respiratory signs. We do know that there are pets that have tested positive for corona, but all of the pets that have tested positive have been have been exposed because their owners are positive. So none of these animals, with the exception of this tiger right now, none of the animals had been showing any kind of illness. They hadn't been showing any signs, but we just happened to pick up the corona because their owners have corona, and therefore the virus is in their environment. And so the question becomes with these guys are they truly sick from the corona, or are they sick, did the corona activate, being exposed to this corona activate their own coronavirus and they're sick from that, which we don't know yet.
So they tested positive for COVID-19 specifically, right? So
they did test for that, yes.
So does that mean that we can pass it on to our cats or our dogs?
So right now, it means that we know that if the pet is in the environment with a person who's positive, they're having exposure. Big cats have to be, they're in a slightly different genus than our little domestic cats. So big cats, although they're all cats, they do act slightly different than your domesticated cat that's in your house. As of right now, we have not really positively confirmed that these pets are going to get sick from their exposure to the coronavirus from a person. We have 4 cases in pets, 2 dogs, 2 cats. None of those pets were sick. They were just testing positive because they live with somebody who was positive.
Okay, so they're just basically carriers is what you're saying. Okay.
And carrier was a hard word too, because we haven't documented that they've given it back. So it sort of has just been on the pet and stayed on the pet. We have not documented any transmission of the virus going from animal to person.
Okay.
So can I get this straight? Can I get this to my ferret?
You cannot give corona to your ferret. There are some viruses you can give to your ferret, but corona is not one of them.
Okay. And my bird collection? little
No,
mermaid
again,
spooky
as
stuff?
I was saying, every species has a coronavirus. Dogs have a coronavirus. Cats have a coronavirus. Ferrets have their own coronavirus. Humans have a couple of different coronaviruses. This one that's going around is just one of them. And for the most part, these stay within species.
Okay.
So you don't really have cross contamination.
All right. So, basic science class, viruses tend to mutate, right? And of course, we know that, well, supposedly this virus came from bats and then pangolins and some Chinese market. So, and they passed that on to a human, right? So animals apparently can pass it to humans. How possible is it that a dog, cat that might have it could pass it to a human?
So what we have to remember, though, is that viruses mutate within the host that they're in. So what most likely has happened, we're still studying it, it's not hard fact yet, is that this person was exposed to this virus that was in some meat that they ate. Then the virus mutated within them to become virulent or passable to other humans. So it's not necessarily that they were exposed from this. They were exposed to this virus from whatever meat they ate, but then the virus mutated in that person and made it that it began to be able to be spread to other humans. Because we are exposed to viruses and bacteria every day, and your immune system will normally fight off most of those things. And then also, if you're not the correct host for that virus, it just dies because it can't go anywhere, it can't replicate. So something happened in that person that made this virus now able to be spread from human to human.
Now, from what I understand, there were about a few people from that market that tested positive. So are we saying that one person might have passed it, or maybe the animals passed it on to multiple people?
We really still don't really know, but I guess the question is, and it hasn't been necessarily said if this was a worker who was there or a person who just goes to this market and purchases. So there's very much likely that if the person was there for several days, again, you have a lot of asymptomatic people, which is why we're on quarantine at the moment, is because those people don't show any symptoms, but they can spread the virus from person to person. So this person was there, this virus mutated in them, and then they very likely spread it to some other people.
Okay, so here's another important question. So what should we be looking for if our pets were sick? If we thought that our cat, for some reason, was sick, maybe we ourselves were asymptomatic, we didn't have symptoms, and we saw our cat wheezing or something, what should we be looking for in case they might have this virus?
So what we're seeing is mostly what we call upper respiratory signs. So we can see sneezing, you can see discharge from the eyes or the nose, appetite can be off, so they may not be eating as much. You might see, mucus or snot coming from the nose, discharge from the eyes. Those are the things that we're going to be looking for within yourself and, potentially your pets. If you are known to be sick, then the current recommendation is to quarantine yourself from everyone, including the pets in your house. If you can pass that chore on to someone else, then please do so. We're still learning a lot about this virus. It is, there's still so much that we don't know about this virus. New information is coming every day. But, as currently as we know, the virus is going, if in the animals that we have found the virus in, they have been living with a person who was positive and they, picked it up or have it in their system because of that.
Okay.
So, Robyn, appreciate it. We know you got to get going, take care of your little furry patients.
Yes.
What you would like to add or say to other worried pet owners?
So, I mean, really the biggest thing is going to be just if you have any concerns or questions, you can speak with your veterinarian about it. Understand that we are learning this information just as fast as you are. We're going with current World Health Organization, CDC, and our American Veterinary Medical Association. We're going with their current recommendations. This is a very evolving situation. You know, we haven't seen something like this in many years. And so this information is still very, very new. It's very much changing. But as for the most part, right now, as the current information stands, you're not going to be catching it from your pet. Take care of yourself and, you know, take care of your pets. And if you have any concerns, call your veterinarian.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Johnson, for joining us. We really do appreciate the information. I know there's a lot of people out there that really needed to know this. So once again, we really do appreciate you. And you have a wonderful time with those little furry animals tonight.
All right. You guys have a great night, okay?